Good morning. I've got some messy hair going on today, but I don't care. It's morning and I'm still waking up. But I figured today I would do a video just updating you on some of the plants that I have shown you or done some work on in the past. So this will be an update video. I will take you on a mini tour and show you what's happened to them, where they're at, how they're doing, and yeah. All right, so real quick, I'm going to start off with the pilea that I posted just last week. And it's been 1 week, and look, it's got new growth popping out everywhere. I'm so excited. It actually worked. It totally worked. So cutting back the stem definitely helped a ton. So now hopefully I get some good healthy leaves. And then somebody in the comments from the last video said something about them not liking fluoride in water. So I'm going to start using distilled water and see if that helps. But yeah, that's a nice happy update. The stem that I had cut off, I had to remove a couple more of the bottom leaves because they were just like getting in the way of this. But I don't really see any roots forming yet. Like I said, it's been only 1 week. I think this will still take a couple more weeks before anything happens. But I've changed the water 3 times since I put this in here, and I probably need to change it again already. The stem, or not the stems, the petioles, I already had to, oh, that's gross. Sorry, I'm gonna clean that right now. I'll leave this out. I already had to throw out a couple of them because they just rotted, and I don't see any change. So again, this is gonna have to just, well, this is gonna get cleaned, so we're gonna leave that by the sink. The Schefflera that I had done some chopping on not too long ago, it's fine. He's happy, he's growing, he's actually getting quite a bit of new growth on top, so I'm quite happy with how he is. The cutting I took is struggling to root. It actually started to rot on the bottom a couple of times, but thankfully I had a very long stem, so I just cut off the rotten part and then let it harden off and then put it back in water again. And it's not dying, but it's not loving life either. So hopefully it will be able to absorb some water because I know it's drooping from the lack of water. But we will see how this goes, if it will continue to just die off on me, or I don't know. Just recently, I actually changed the stake in my Siltepecana because I had a tiny little stick in there for it to grow, and it was very quickly outgrowing that. So I had gotten a pack of these really long stakes at the dollar store, and I actually use them to make moss poles out of, but I decided to just put one of these in here, and now my Monstera is growing very healthily. Let me move this out of the way. Up the stake. Hey, sorry, there's so much stuff in the way here. But he is pretty happy. And it is true, the leaves do get bigger when they climb. So if you want your Siltepecana to get bigger leaves, have it climb. And since I brought up the moss poles, well, let's talk about the moss poles. I have had this Raphidophora growing up this handmade moss pole for some time, and it is already growing over an abundance of it. But it's very healthy, nice and thick, nice and lush. I've had to kind of move it around a few times, but it doesn't seem very phased by me moving it, so he's happy. And then we have the moss poles for these two guys, which again, super happy. This Marble Queen, I'm probably actually going to have to chop back a little bit because it's, again, it's outgrowing the moss pole. So he's happy and he's doing just fine. And then even the Enjoy slash Pearls and Jade that I have on here, because apparently it's both. But he's happy too. I probably will even cut this back a little bit, maybe just take a couple of cuttings just to keep it nice and tight. And I want this to kind of grow in a little bit more, so it's not just so thick at the bottom, but it kind of has thickness growing up. So I'm probably going to have to do some pruning just to make sure that happens. But he's pretty happy. And then you may have noticed my Monstera is kind of going through some stuff. I had it here originally and then I moved it to a darker location and he was not having it. So I moved him back. So he's probably going to go through a little transition right now because he's getting used to the changes, but he's giving me new leaves. Got a few of them. Where'd the other one go? There's a couple of them. Oh, he's hiding back there. So I know he's fine. He's just going to have a couple of ugly leaves for a little while. I'm going to wait till that completely yellows off and then I'll cut it off. But at least he's in a happier spot because I know he likes this place. So we'll leave him here. I get it. You told me you don't want to move. That's fine. I put you back. My Pilea cateri has been just absolutely taking off and continues to get bigger and bigger every day. I'm constantly chopping it off at the top and re-putting the stems back into the soil and they just grow. It suffered a little leaf loss because I neglected, kind of forgot to water it. So I know he was letting me know. But overall though, the plant is just flourishing. And I'm constantly having to rotate it because it favors the grow light, so it tends to lean. So that's why it's kind of facing funny, but he's now trying to transition back towards the light again. But he's happy. He's very happy, and that has definitely been a very good grower for me. Probably the last thing I'm going to update you on is my string of hearts. Gosh, there's so much traffic outside. I'm sorry. I've cut him back numerous times because he gets too long and starts to hang on to the plants below it, and I don't want him to invade the other friends down here. So I keep him short, and that in turn has helped the leaves grow in much thicker here, and I'm very happy about that. I did have tremendous amount of balding, in here, as you can see. And what I've been doing is I've been slowly cutting one strand at a time where the leaves are basically bald up here. And it's helping to get new growth on top. So I'll eventually have more strands coming down. But overall, he's happier here. I moved him from the center where he was getting too much light, and now that he's getting like this offset light, he's a lot happier. I also have some cuttings that I had put up here, and some of them are taking off and doing very well, some of them not so much. But even if I just get a couple of cuttings, I'll be happy with that. But look at it. He's doing all right. I can't complain. Oops, I almost dropped my phone. But as far as updating, that's kind of where I'm at with a lot of these guys. I did get a couple of new plants, and I'll show you right now. I have two Marantas, but I finally broke down and bought the green variety because I didn't have a solid green Maranta. So I now have the traditional Leucanura with the red stripe, the lemon lime, and now the green one. So I'm kind of excited because I love Marantas. The other thing I had gotten, I'm somewhat obsessed with African violets, but this one is a slightly different variety. It's so pretty. I kind of like this one more for the leaves and less for the flowers, because I love the like crimping on the leaves, I guess you could call it, or I don't know what the scientific name for that is. This one is a Streptocarpella Saxorum Concord Blue, but it gives off little blue bell looking flowers, and I just thought it was really cute. But I particularly liked this. The other thing I got, I actually have it outside. All right, here he is, my little fuzzy friend, but I couldn't resist because it was so cute, so I got him. I like him a lot because it's easier for me to film from this angle. If you can see through all the glass and the condensation. My African violet cuttings are growing, babies. I'll get you a better picture and show you, but I'm kind of excited about that. But I have a lot going on outside now. As you've seen my videos from my porch, it is growing in very nice and thick and lush. I have this guy got a lot of sun damage when I had him out front, so we're letting him kind of recuperate, but he's growing back pretty nicely down here. I'll probably cut off some of the burn damage. And then this begonia had gotten absolutely attacked by powdery mildew, and I mean, like, just in a matter of days it was like went from nothing to completely covered. So he got banished outside, unfortunately, but I'm not completely giving up on him because there's some new growth coming out and he might come back. So I'm letting him shed all of his leaves, and hopefully it will kill off most of the mildew and fungus. See, there's still a little bit some down here. So I'm gonna cut it back a little bit and let him just completely shut off, treat it, because look, there's still so much on there. I did treat it yesterday. I'm gonna treat it again today and just fight it and see if I can get it to come off and clean. So if you have suggestions, I'm open to it. I've been doing a lot of research and looking up a lot of things. I think I'm gonna have to get a fungicide, but either way, I'm not completely giving up on him yet. I'm just letting him go through his life cycle and kind of seeing what happens with that. So I don't know what else to say about that. But I have this jasmine that I thought I was going to kill, but I just apparently have a lot of leaf drop. But he all of a sudden decided to vine up, and I'm so excited because I really want my jasmine to overtake this whole shelf, which I know he will, but I want it to look very overgrown. So I will probably have to keep trimming it and keep it pruned so it doesn't overtake everything. But sorry, I should stop waving my hand in front of the camera. But that's the plan. So we'll see how that plays out. Otherwise, a lot of the guys out here are either being treated for something or they're just happy outside and they like a lot of sun. But everybody's happy. So my Australis has actually gotten quite a bit of new growth on here too. So he's very happy. And then I moved my Arabca bean tree outside. I just thought, you know, he would do better out here. And he is. He's got some really nice new growth. So, all right. I think that's where I'll leave you guys. My happy little porch. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed a little update because I know I enjoy doing updates. I'll see you guys next week. Bye. One quick update though. Upon trying to clean the jar and hence removing the leaves, I break them both. I would break both of them, the only two I had left. there goes that idea.